guys, today I'm going to show you the Radio Enthusiast Trophy and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Now you get this by listening to all the radios before doing anything else. Now, I got to be very clear, you can't do anything else. Do not even interact with a light switch, don't touch a microwave, don't do anything. Now the first one of 25, actually I think there's 24, one of them might not count, but we'll cross that bridge later. But the first one is in the very first building next to where you start. So go ahead, hit the X button. You're only going to hit the X button 24 times in this playthrough. In fact, start a new game, make sure you don't do anything else. Now the second one is when you get to the town, you're going to come to the bar and go behind the bar and you'll see one sitting on the picnic table. So we're going to go interact with that, and then we're going to go back out the bar and go across the street, and behind the house in front of us will be the third one. Now again, don't do anything. You don't want to interact with any of the story arc by hitting the motion controller and turning it. Now you can run into and do the proximity based autoplay ones, the ones that play automatically when you're close. Those won't negate the trophy. Now the fourth one is going to be just in this house here by the church. It's going to be in the backyard. It's next to the town hall that's to my left. And you see it in the backyard. And then we're going to go out the gate from this yard out the back. And then we're going to cross over into the field just ahead, and you can see another one straight ahead. Now I'm going to do a lot of kind of fast forwarding here just because the walk speed is so slow. So that is number 5. Number 6, we're going to go back out. I just passed the church. It was on my left side. And now I'm heading down to the auto repair, or towards the auto repair. But before we get over there, we're going to turn and go down here, and you'll find one inside this little camper.
It wasn't just some distortion.
Now the final one in this area is on the other side of the park. So kind of back towards the beginning by the bar. And you see the blue house. If you go into the backyard, you'll find the final one in this area. And now we're going to go up to the forest here, Tipworth Forest, after we get that. And if you take the road up into the forest, the first house you come to on the right side has a tree house out in front with a ladder that you can climb up. And that is going to be the location of the next one. And then the following one is going to be right down the main path. If you take the main path, you will see it at a bus stop on the right side of the road. Now, I want to point out in this area in the forest, there are 2 what I call other radios. Those are silver radios. They look differently. Do not interact with those. Don't be fooled, because they are not the radio you're looking for. In fact, if you interact with one of those too, it's going to negate the trophy. So as I mentioned, one of the other radios is actually in that garage over there. So don't go in there. Don't be fooled, because there is a radio, but it's not the right type of radio. Instead, we're going to go to the house on the left here. This is the last section of houses in the forest before you get to the farm. And back here on the cinder blocks is our 10th radio. Now I mentioned earlier there was a radio that I don't think counts, and that's going to be in the house where we just got that radio. So if you go in the house, you're going to go upstairs, and what's going to happen is one of those proximity-based auto scenes are going to play out, and the characters up here are going to interact with a radio in this room. So you don't actually interact with this at all. You can let this play out, and I don't know, again, I don't think that actually counts, but since it doesn't negate the trophy, it's no harm in putting it in there. Now go to the next house, follow the road, and you saw that red car, and then go into this house here. This is Steven's house, and we're going to find one upstairs on the 2nd floor in the back bedroom. So again, make sure you're just doing a new game and you only go straight for these radios. Don't do anything else. That's rule number 1. Don't do anything else. Alright, so we left the forest, and now we're in the Appleton's farm area. Now there's going to be, I believe, 4 radios in this area. And the first is when you come down the main road, you're going to hear the radio on the other side of this fence. You got about a 20-meter range on the radios. You'll hear them as you approach them. So go behind that gate, and then you'll find the radio. Now there's going to be a radio in this white house here. They're actually behind the white house. So we're going to open up the gate, and you can see the wheat field over there. We're going to go over there in just a moment. But first we're going to go and grab a radio that's in the backyard. So again, you don't want to interact with any story elements. The auto-playing ones that pop up automatically when you're close by, that's okay. I just want to kind of reiterate that. But now that we got that radio, we're going to go into this wheat field here. And there's a house on the left side, a big pond. So you can go the other way if you want. If you want to loop around to the left side, I'm kind of going from the right side here. And there's going to be a trail. And this trail is going to take you across some planks. We're going to be right above the waterfall. And there's going to be a blanket with the radio right there. You can see there's one of the bird books right next to it as well. I do have videos for all of the bird books as well and maps. So make sure you check out the channel for those. Alright, so now I'm back at that White House at the previous radio. Now we're going to go into this building that's just next door to it. And then we're going to have to climb up this ladder here and interact with this right here. Again, make sure you just press X on this.
I hung up on Steven.
And once you interact with the radio, you can just move on. You don't actually have to stay and listen to it. So alright, so I climbed down the ladder, and now we're going to go continue on. And there's another wheat field just ahead. You see the windmill out there in the distance. And then here you're going to see a gray rusted out van. It has a Chad symbol on the side of it, by the way, right there. Again, check my channel. I have a location of all the Chads for the graffiti artists. But in the driver's seat there is another radio. So we're going to head up to the Lakeside the camp area. Now this is a circular area, so I'm going around clockwise.
I don't even care.
And right by the tennis courts you see right here, it's real easy. You're not going to miss that one. So we're going to continue around a little bit, and we're going to come to this area. We got some caravans here. You can see the orange tents as well. And the one here on the left, if you go inside it, you're going to see the radio just to the left.
I tried to leave the observatory, but
So continuing around the Lakeside camp area, you're going to come to the playground, and just to the left of it is another set of caravans. And this one's going to be, the radio is going to be in the camper here, just in the far back, with the door already open. So we're going to go back to the main road and actually just cross right over it. And when you cross over it, you're going to see another set of caravans. And right underneath this umbrella is going to be our 21st one.
all 5 towers are now operating together.
And now we're going to go into Little Tipworth. This is the northern part of the map, and you're going to see your first one as you come into the town, and it's going to be in the bus stop, so go ahead and interact with that. And then I'm going to go to the very northern part of the map. There's a road that ends, the main road actually ends, or you can go to the train station, just take the train tracks there, and you'll find this radio at the very end. Now again, I want to reiterate, don't touch anything, don't interact with a single thing. If you see $1 million sitting on the side of the road, don't interact with it.
Repeating over.
Alright, so our 24th one is over by the gas station. And once you go in here, it's going to be just to the right. And then our 25th and final radio is going to be at the substation. It's at the very end of the game where the bunker's at. So when you enter this area, you're going to see the radio over here to the right, straight in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and interact with that and pop my trophy. Now, if you haven't gotten the open-ended trophy, now is a good time to do it. That is where you get into the bunker by not completing any other story arc. So go ahead and do Steven's stuff here if you haven't gotten that trophy. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and, of course, subscribe.